I wanted to start and just say, kind of on the back of a lot of the censorship we were feeling in 2020, and what was I was watching this city that I love, my adopted city of London, being locked down. I decided to run for mayor, and I had no experience in politics. I ran as an independent candidate. I spent 7 months. I drove 5,000 miles through this city, and in the end, I lost. But somewhere deep down inside, I was inspired by you because I never studied politics, never wanted to be in politics, but I was sick and tired of this two-party system and no change, and I went for it. Honestly, I don't know about you, but I got a PhD in how the political system worked, and the media, it was not the prettiest thing to watch, but I'm glad I did it because I love this city and I want to see the best for it. So I guess I got you to thank for that. You ever look back on your time in politics and feel like you got a really serious education in the two-party system when you dove in there? Or what are your memories from that time?
Oh, absolutely. The first thing you learn is how the deck is rigged against you. And the next thing you learn that I learned was, oh yeah, in front of the public, they're enemies, the Democrats and Republicans. But behind the scenes, if a third entity enters the fray, those two parties will jump in bed together to destroy the third entity. I'll give you the example. When I became governor of Minnesota, I had a Democratic-controlled Senate and I had a Republican-controlled House. For 3 years, it worked pretty well. Whichever side I sided with generally prevailed, because then it was 2-1. I was the ultimate independent. I didn't have a dog in the fight as far as between the Democrats and Republicans per se. But if I agreed with the Democratic position, they usually prevailed. If I agreed with the Republican position, they usually prevailed. Till the third year, the election year, I was required to submit the budget as the governor, which I did. Then the Democrats and Republicans jumped in bed together, got rid of my budget, came forward with their own. Their budget was fiscally irresponsible, what they did, so I vetoed it. It went back to them again. They overrode my veto twice, which was all I could do. And then that budget was implemented. Well, they thought they were going to hang me with this horrible budget, but I fooled them. I didn't run again. So they got stuck with their budget. And the very next year, at the end of their budget, we had a $5 billion deficit because of their fiscal irresponsibility and their attempt to get me politically.
Right.
But I fooled them. I didn't run. And they ended up stuck with it. And then they had to scramble around and fix all the things they did. And the reason I say that is to tell people this. The United States is completely divided right now. And I like to brag and say, I'm the only one who can bring us back together. Because if I got elected president within 3 years, you'd see the Democrats and Republicans in bed together singing Kumbaya to oppose me. And that would thus heal the United States of America, wouldn't it? At least temporarily.
It's an interesting point because you saw this division early on. Obviously, it's magnified tremendously in the last 25 years to where I'm watching it, as an American over here in the UK, and I don't even recognize that country to a certain extent because it's so divided. Did you always only want to serve one term, or was that something you ended up having to do because of this collusion?
No, there were multiple reasons I didn't seek a second term. People forget that I was a mayor first.
Yeah.
I ran for mayor in 1990 of the sixth largest city in Minnesota, first ring suburb of Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park. So I had 4 years of experience governing at the truly ground level. That's where you learn. Try being a mayor. Because as a mayor, you have to have a council meeting every week. And you know who's sitting out there? All the citizens. You have to look them eye to eye on a weekly basis. There's where the governing is, right there. You learn from that. Then when you get to governor, well, then you're isolated. You don't ever see the public face to face unless you want to, and then it's even worse as you get up at the federal level. and all that. But see, I had the experience of being at the ground level as a mayor before I became governor, and then watching how they manipulate to stop the third parties. They will always raise the bar. Like if they used what they require today, I could not even run, because today they require 10% to be considered major party. That's what they're deciding in Minnesota now. They're raising it up. Well, I was only polling 9% at the primary.
Right.
And in 6 weeks, I won the election. Why? I was allowed to debate. Yeah. I got to be in the debates. The moment I went in the debates, it was a meteoric rise. They couldn't stop me then. They tried to cancel debates. They did everything they could because they saw the writing on the wall. The first debate, I made this huge, and I carried it right through to November, caught them. They weren't prepared for it. I upset the apple cart because, and I can't say I did it. You know who really did it? The people of Minnesota.
Yeah, yeah.
The people of Minnesota said, we've had enough. We're going to send a message. And they did.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.